Game Theory in International Relations, Part 3. Assumptions. Game theory is mathematical deductive in form and tenor. It relies on some axioms and assumptions. Conflict situations are treated as games, and strategies are chosen logically using these axioms and assumptions. Gaming offers a way of laboratory testing of real life situations. Solutions are derived from deductive reasoning. The game theory also assumes the following elements: without them, no game can be played. Number one, strategy. Number two, information. Number three, purpose. Number three has got purpose, and then within the purpose, of course, we have got involved kinds of the game, zero sum games, variable sum games, and then there is another detail provided in the same that is called a chicken game, and then we talk about the applicability. So let's come back to it and talk about the strategy. Number one, strategy. There are core concept of game theory, and it is called strategy. It employs a skillful plan of the previously decided set of moves to be taken as when the expected moves of the other side required them. The strategy takes into account the potential behavior of the opponents and assumes that within limits of particular situation, the range of strategy is unlimited. The rational behavior is that which aims at the selection of a strategy by each player that will maximize the chances of victory. A strategy that is pure takes care of all contingencies under a single instruction. However, whether it is pure or mixed, the aim of the strategist is to maximize his own payoffs while keeping in mind the fact that he must act in presence of the other players with conflicting or at least divergent interest players with conflicting or at least divergent interest whose choices will partially determine the outcome and payoff of the game. Number two, information. While the amount of information available and the model of signaling would significantly influence the strategies of rival players. In strategic games, the player work out signals to communicate to each other, both to encourage friends and to mislead opponents. Number three, purpose. The purpose of the game theory is to first formulate principles which could specify what can be rational behavior in certain social situations, and second, to formulate on the basis of those principles the general characteristics of that behavior. The theory develops mathematical formulations about choice, making among alternative courses of action when it is impossible to control all the factors which govern the outcomes because of the actions of the others. Schubeck explains following purposes of the gaming. A. Operational games are designed for cross-choking other techniques employed. B. These are intended to furnish further planning, exploration, and testing of the specific operations. C. These elicit group opinion and judgment on specific policy matters. D. Brainstorming brainstorming for forecasting and other operational applications. E. Advocacy uses of games. Now the next one. Involve kinds of games. There are different kinds of games on the basis of the number of players involved and payoff structures. Game of two players is called zero-sum game, whereas game of more than two players is known as n-person game. Then there are variable sum games or non-zero sum games or mixed motive games. The variable sum games are further divided into two subject categories, and they are in fact the two subcategories: game of chicken and prisoner's dilemma. We'll explain the same in our next video.